Well, another guy that's going to have to be effective and as good as he was last year, if not better, if they're going to be successful, is Jerry Jeudy. I know you've done a film breakdown. Let's take a look at some of the things and take us through some of the points when we look at Jerry Jeudy on video here. What you're seeing and what are important things and things that he can even get better at.
Yeah, I mean, the way I've broken it down is last year let me put it this way. Jerry is a finesse receiver, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, he lives in a finesse world. He doesn't bully people. There are wide receivers who will run through you, jump through you, play really strong at the catch point. Like, that's just not his game. He's an out-breaking route guy that I think is really good at the nuances of route running, really good at catching the football along the sidelines, and very adept at winning routes that involve breaking down cushion and snapping off and creating separation. As you'll see on some of these early outbreaking routes, he's really good at these hitches, these late back shoulders, these, like I said, comebacks or outbreaking routes. He's very adept at attacking space, creating discomfort for the DB, and then creating that separation his quarterback needs to deliver the football in time. So I call him a route savant. That's how I would label him. He wins through route running. Now, he prefers out-breaking routes to in-breaking routes, but he can win inside too. He just doesn't prefer the contact and chaos that comes over the middle. You get a little bit more inconsistency at the catch point for him on in-breaking routes. With the out-breaking stuff, he's just very, very much in his element and has put together some really good tape last year on those movements. But he also is a very good stickler to detail on route running. So when he is creating in-breaking route separation, he can do it in those two-man deeper downfield in breakers, those glance routes, those dig routes, those things like that. He's good at it. Now, he had 1,250 yards or so. Can he get to 1,500, like having a really ridiculously good season? That probably involves him improving in some facets, right? And it involves him, and I kind of highlighted and illustrated that, it's him getting downfield and winning jump balls more often, the catch point throws more often, right? Can he go up over a DB and bring a football in a highly contested catch scenario? Can he hang on to a football where he's jumping up in the air to go get it and somebody's delivering a hit on him? That's where some of his drops happen and things of that nature. Like, he had 1,250 yards last year, but he very easily could have had the 1,500 if some plays came together for him that he needed to make, but those just aren't his strengths. So if he's to get to another level in this scenario, it's winning physical moments in the game, those tough catches where you're getting hit, or those tough catches where you have to go up over a guy and play through them and use core strength and physical body strength to make a play over it. I think what Justin Jefferson will do with the catch pointer, the DK Metcalf, those guys, right? But it's not the end of the world if he doesn't. His skill set, his ability inside what Kevin likes to do fits like a glove. And even if he only stays a route nuance winner, that's good enough. That's good enough to be a highly productive receiver here. So what I did was try to illustrate what he does well for folks, and then illustrate what he struggles with, and then some little target areas for improvement if he's to become that north of 1,400 yards, 8 touchdown, among the NFL's elite wide receivers.
So when you talk about Jerry Jeudy and you look at it relative to the quarterback position, a guy like Joe Flacco, who's going to give him a chance to make plays, would seem to be the kind of quarterback that he would thrive with, kind of like Jameis Winston last year.
I think so, and I think that is where, with White, like, listen, the Kenny Pickett stuff is fine. I understand the sentiment of cutting down turnovers, but when your wide receivers go out on the field, your tight ends go out on the field, they got to think there's a chance they could get the ball at any given moment. They got to run their route, whether they're the primary, secondary, or third guy in the concept for quarterback eyes. Like, if hey, man, I'm not getting the ball here, it changes the nature of how hard you want to play. It changes your desire to perform. That's where I'm hesitant. So, yeah, I do think Flacco, a guy who's willing to let it rip and give his guys a chance and push the football downfield, it's just something they need. They need a belief that they can create plays and start to expose weaknesses of defense. And I understand that Flacco kind of comes with a turnover variance that isn't always the most appealing, but you also have to create explosives. And I do think in a year where I think that there's, clearly some odds stacked against them, they can run it and create throws off of play action downfield with Joe, then it gives you a little more chance of belief in the offense. The defense starts to buy into, hey, those guys can create some explosives, stuff of that nature. So, yeah, that's why I'm of the belief that they need somebody willing to let it rip. And I think that's where Joe and, somebody like Jerry can really fit in well together.